So tier list season is well and truly here. We've done Path to Glory a couple of weeks ago, and it's another live card type this time round. Make your marks. The promo is coming to an end this Friday. I'm a little bit excited. There's been some really decent cards dropped here, and I've enjoyed the live card aspect with the Euros and the Copa America. But I think it's time to up it a little bit. I'm not going to say what's coming out as of yet. I don't want to ruin it, but go on Twitter, you'll find the leaks. But in this video, tier list season continues. This time round, it's 74 Make Your Mark cards. For cheap and fast FC24 Ultimate Team coins, head over to MMOEXP.com, link down below, and make sure to use my code Morsey at checkout to get yourself 5% off. Before we dive into this, instead of a like goal, which is what I normally set on these videos, I want to set a new sub goal. I'm 18 subscribers away for 23,000. So if you aren't subbed and you enjoy this content, maybe you checked out some of my other videos and you yet to press that button down below, please consider it. Completely free to do so, and let's smash through 23k. So as usual, we got the tiers S plus S, A plus A, and B. They speak for themselves. S plus is obviously the best. B, basically fodder at this point unless you're a fan of the player, the club, or the nation. And in all honesty, looking at a lot of these cards, there's a fair amount of fodder based cards here that have already maybe guaranteed the fact that they're not getting upgrades, only have free playstyle pluses, and considering the power curve right now, like a lot of these players like Villamil, Bozanek, they're just not cutting it anymore. So they're going to be all in the B tier. So let's smash out a few of these straight away, and I'll refresh it as soon as I've done it. So Bozanek, Villamil, Cerny, Sosa, Cadiz, Murillo, and Sosa once again, all in that B tier. No disrespect to the nations of the players, but just so many better cards out there. I'm also going to sneak Minder into the B tier, as well as Cascante here. Just not really, breaking down into anyone's teams as it stands. Potential if they secure loads of upgrades, but at this point, we're in the B tier. Now let's get things rolling a little bit higher up. Danzo is going into the A plus tier. I think he's solid, and at the start of the game was very solid. He's got 99 physicals, which is mad. Great defending stats, decent pace. 4 playstyle pluses of intercept, power header, block, and long ball pass, which are all great for centre backs. Team-wise, Austria, they play in about an hour's time when we're recording this. It's not looking likely that they're going to potentially go through automatically. Maybe in the 3rd place position, I'm not too sure. But as it stands, I wouldn't expect too many more upgrades for the boy. But as it stands, A plus still. Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to be our first S tier card. Not quite in the S plus. Right now, he's not there. Playstyle pluses, decent for a right back. Intercept, long ball pass, and whip pass. England need to start clutching up though. Trent's been starting in the midfield. There's rumours that he might be dropped potentially for this game, which is obviously an issue in regards to the upgrade potential here. But England haven't hit the ground running as of yet. If they do, and this card secures the upgrades, then we're onto something. But right now, as a fullback, he is very, very solid and definitely S tier worthy. Dominic Szoboszlai in the building. I'm going to be putting Big Dom in the A plus tier. I reviewed the card, didn't necessarily get on with him. Hungary aren't out as of yet. They're still going through in regards to the 3rd place finishers as it stands. Of course, not everyone's finished their games though. But there's a likeliness that they might sneak through potentially. So upgrade potential isn't like out the window. The card, great shooting. The long shots, the flicker, power shot volleys, the finesse shots. He has it all. Not quite the finesse shot plus, but he still scores some screamers. But he just feels a little bit clunky for me. A little bit too big and bulky in the midfield. I'm used to using your smaller, more agile players. So for me personally, Big Dom is in the A plus tier. Now our first S plus card, we don't normally start off this hot. Rafael in the S plus. Now his playstyle pluses have been a little bit nuked here. He still has the finesse shot, which is nice. The other additions, this could be so much better, They could be so much better. Portugal definitely going to progress. Leao is starting. Goal involvements stand a good chance at happening. Like, they score a lot of goals. I don't actually know if he's secured 1 or 2 as of yet, if he's actually got a goal or an assist, but they won their last game, I believe, 3-0. Got 1 more game to play, so hopefully he bags at least 1 or 2 in that one. Crazy nice card. Loved his team this season. Still think his tots is amazing. This one, definitely a little bit better on paper. Just needs a little bit more juice. Maybe a plus 1 or 2 overall just to add a bit more fire to it. Castillo, another B tier card. Just unfortunate at this stage, just not cutting it whatsoever considering the state of some of the clientele down here. I guess added to that 91, 92 rated section below here in the B tier. Kolo Muani in the building. I am going to squeeze him all the way up to S tier. Upgrade potential. He's not been playing that much. From what I've seen, I watched the first France game. I don't think he featured, or maybe he's getting at least sub appearances potentially. France, though, a pretty decent side, and they should progress confidently today. They play, I believe, at 5 PM, so that's one to keep an eye on. Playstyle pluses are looking solid as long as it secures a decent 4th playstyle. The card itself is crazy nice, feels overpowered in game, and definitely S tier worthy in my opinion. Big man, Cole Palmer up next. We are starting hot. Now, this is an interesting one because he's not made a single appearance as of yet. So upgrade potential is looking a little bit worrying. But I'm still going to put Palmer in that S plus tier. I think the playstyle pluses are phenomenal. Technical finesse, dead ball, really, really nice. The card itself can play out wide compared to centre forward, even a box-to-box centre mid, which makes me think, yeah, he's definitely worth the price tag. Just needs to get on the pitch. Surely he features today. If Gareth doesn't bring him on as a sub at least, I'll be very, very shocked. And when he's on the pitch, goals, they can come pretty quickly. Ozcan up next then. Turkey, decent-ish playstyles for the CDM role. Not bad links paying for Dortmund, but for me, so many better options out there. He's in the A tier. Same with big man Broha. Playstyle pluses are really nice. Albania, unfortunately, they don't progress. They got eliminated yesterday. But still, he's usable in game. I will say the playstyles definitely make that a case. Kostic into the A tier. Just a bit of a bog standard card at this stage. Almost an Angolan gang to be fair. But playstyle pluses aren't brilliant. He's not bad. Maybe suited to players who play 5 backs or 3 backs. You need that like marauding left-sided midfielder or wing back. Kostic is definitely someone to consider in my opinion. Mikatadze also in the A tier. Very similar to Broha. We've got finesse, we've got aerial, and we've got press proven there. Exactly the same playstyles. And he's actually decent. I enjoy him in game. I had an Evo of this man as well. And I patched this version on my RTG. He's not bad, but upgrade potential lacking a lot. He has actually got a goal, I believe. So only needs one more goal involvement to secure that extra +1. So maybe he can sneak into the A+ tier. But for now, in the A tier we go. Let's do Stefan Estequao. Estequao? I think that's how you say his name. Link to Canada. I'm about to say Canada there. Link to Canada. And honestly, the value of this SBC is crazy. For a 94 rated card, with these playstyle pluses, there's some potential here. In game, he's decent. Like, he moves. Just needs some upgrades. And Canada, it's looking bleak. Obviously, they played Argentina in game number 1. Very tough. The rest of their groups, winnable for sure. They could progress. As long as he gets like a +1, potentially we could be dreaming. Playstyle pluses though, yeah, very, very solid for that centre mid position. Scott McTominay up next. Unfortunately, Scotland, in heartbreaking fashion, got eliminated a couple of nights ago. But Scott McTominay is still A+, easy. Ping, pass, aerial, and intercept, really nice. And a very unique CDM. Reminds me a lot of the Onana SBC, the Showdown one, which I reviewed recently. He's solid, definitely usable in that position. And of course, if you want to stick him up front for the last few, why not? Got to be done. Pasho, block, aerial, intercept. Unfortunately, Ecuador struggled in their game. I believe they lost 2-1 potentially. But I'm still going to put him in the A+ tier. Similar to Dan, so there's a lot of centre-backs on this game that fit the kind of similar kind of mould. Like, decentish pace, fantastic playstyle pluses, solid defending and physicals, and of course, links, not too bad. I believe he did get the appearance, which means chemistry is going to come into play. And he also gets a nice link to Hinkapie as well. So definitely one to consider if you've got some untradeable dupes and you're in need of a centre-back. He looks pretty damn solid. Fiat also, once again, they're almost carbon copies of each other. This man is definitely more on the stocky side. You're definitely going to feel it. But he's still really solid. Anticipate gets added into this man's card as well. Belgium, it's not done as of yet. I mean, they're looking like they might if they somehow end up losing. I think they play Ukraine, which is not an easy game. Is that group literally everyone's on 1 win, right? All on 3 points. I'm pretty certain that's the case. I might be wrong. But they should go through. He should get upgrades, as far as I'm aware. We don't know, though, with Belgium. It's very, very up in the air how well they're going to do in international tournaments. Ugarte up next. Linked to Uruguay. And for me, a lot of people might be thinking A tier. I'm going to sneak him in A+. I think he's usable. Like, he's usable, and for the price, you can't really look past it. Interesting playstyles, by the way. Intercept, I like. Bruiser fits the card nicely. Incisive pass adds a nice element to almost turn him into a playmaking CDM. Dribbling's brilliant. Speed's there. Defending and physicals can't fault it. And Uruguay are a strong, strong side, so more upgrades should definitely be happening. Sesko up next. Definitely an A+. I'm putting him, he's towards the top, actually. This card is solid. Aerial, finesse, and technical on the big man. Finesse shots, they fly. They're crazy overpowered if you green time then line them up nicely. Anyone with decent shooting stats can bag screamers with finesse shot playstyle plus. The dribbling, it could be stronger, but it's decent for a big man. Physicals are brilliant. Same with the speed. Really, really solid. And The upgrade potential is looking ambitious. They play England today, so I mean anything can happen, I guess. that's one thing for sure. But if they secure maybe 3rd place and they go through, you never know. Lenormand up next, the centre-back from España, a team that is just flying right now. They seem to be the best nation as it stands, getting through wins, getting clean sheets, and for me, it's another one to add to the mosh pit of solid centre-backs. Like, anticipates a nice play style in there. Yeah, he's decent. Not going to like break into your team immediately, but upgrades are looking good, and he's definitely an A+ card. All right, I'm moving the countdown now, as I don't want to block anyone off here. We still got a big chunk to get through, by the way, so let's keep pushing. Mallorca up next, or I don't know how to say his name, I apologise. Maybe I've smashed it first time, you never know. He's an objective, free card, decent upgrade potential for sure, and as it stands, like, he's usable, man. I'm sticking him in A+. Another one to that kind of like, A+ is like that middle kind of ground, A and A+. They're usable, but they're not like crazy insane cards. Definitely fitted to players with not a super high budget, or maybe newer players to the game or an RTG. This man can do bits. Obviously, there's much better options out there, but still a decent option for a free card. Now, talking about left-sided players, DiMarco. We are already visiting that S tier once again. I would love this card on my RTG. I've got his team of the season, the 93 version. So good. Like, he's just an absolute nightmare. He's everywhere. And this version looks brilliant. Italy obviously secured the upgrade. He's been playing as like a left winger almost in that Italy team. And this card's brilliant. 96 rated as well. It's crazy high. Outperformed stats in my opinion. And yes, definitely S tier all day. McAllister up next. Unbelievable playstyle pluses. Linked to Argentina. This man has to be an S+ card. I love this showdown. I did the Evo on the RTG for him. The ping pass, just the speed. The way he was moving in the middle of the park. It fits my playstyle perfectly. And this card, elevated. And of course, further upgrades undoubtedly will be happening for this man. So it's a crazy world. If you pack him untradeable, I'm jealous. Make the most of him. But S+ easily at this stage. Martinelli up next. Brazil. What happened? They drew 0-0. I can't remember who was against, but it was this morning. Not the best start to potential upgrades. He did get a feature. I believe he got a run out for the last 15-20 minutes or something like that. This card here, still really good. Could have been so much better. But I'm going to sneak him. I'm going to sneak him into the S tier. I think the speed's brilliant. Finesse shot's a nice addition, same with technical, but flair, it's a bit of a nothing playstyle and just could be better. You know what I mean? It could have 4 playstyle pluses, and Brazil need to up their ideas basically to secure upgrades for this boy. But right now, I'll give him the S tier. Talking about S tier, Alejandro Garnacho. I am almost tempted to sneak him into S+ here. But I'm going to be sensible. I'm putting him in towards the top of S, at the very top. This man for me is just so good. The finesse shots, the dribbling, rapid, incisive, and trickster, like not great play styles. And if you look on paper, there's better cards out there. But this man moves different in game. He's so fast, so good in that left centre forward position, the 4-3-2-1. If you watch any of my reviews, you know how good he is because he features in the most of them. Brilliant card. And S tier easily. Now, upgrades, as they didn't feature, I believe. He didn't play in the first one, so maybe unlikely that he gets a run out. I'm sure he's going to feature off the bench at some point. I can't see him starting necessarily, but hopefully, as long as he gets one run out, maybe secures a couple of assists or something like that, linking up with Lionel Messi, we could be on to an absolute winner there. Get at least one overall upgrade, I'll be dreaming. Rodrigo up next. Rodrigo. You know what? This might be a little bit controversial. I mean, he just is an S+ card, isn't he? I don't know if I personally would rather. I'm going to put him in S. I'm putting him in S. Screw it. I don't care. S tier for Rodrigo. I think him and Garnacho are very similar. And honestly, players like Palmer, I think, are more valuable and better for this game than Rodrigo. This could be super controversial, but I feel like there's a lot of players in a similar kind of mold to Rodrigo. Of course, he feels somewhat unique in game. Speed, dribbling is crazy. Playstyle pluses are solid, but he's lacking finesse, in my opinion. Finesse plus would add him another level for sure. But for me, Brazil underperforming. I'm keeping him in S. All right, I see an obvious one. We got to revisit the S+ tier real quick. Virgil van Dijk. I don't need to go into detail here, do I? You know why he's this good. He's just him. And the playstyle pluses are quite honestly a joke. If you've packed this card, let me know, because he seems super rare. I don't think I've played against him yet, which is nice. But yeah, crazy centre-back. Probably the best in the game. Easily, I reckon. And talking about best in the game, let's look at left-backs real quick. And also pop Ferland Mendy, smack, bang, in the S+ tier. Once again, a ridiculous playstyle plus combination for a crazy card. You could play him up front. You could play him anywhere in that full... Maybe even in goal, he might do his thing. Maybe less so, but anywhere outfield, this man can play for sure. Just an absolute joke. Goalkeepers are... Is it just a Stegen? It's the Stegen that only make you my keeper. Interesting. I've packed him, I've not used him. Full disclaimer. I'm just going to stick him in A+. Like, give me your opinion on him if you've used him. For me, goalkeepers are all subjective, so we'll leave him in the middle of the park for now. Let's do Michaela Mudryk next. Packed him on the main account. Main account luck is there. This man just isn't it for me. Like, he just feels like off. I don't know why. I'll stick him in A+. Upgrades, of course, are still open. Ukraine can still qualify. Mudryk starts, so goals and assists can come quite easily. But for me in game, there's something lacking there, which doesn't quite put him on the level of Martinelli, Rodrigo, Garnacho for me. So keeping him in A+. Alright, we've still got a bulk of players that maybe aren't quite cutting it at this stage of the game that are all B in A tier. For example, Suazo here is going to be in the A tier for me. Vasquez, honestly not bad. Definitely usable. A tier though. Bar also in the A tier. Got speed for days overlapping, but so many better options out there. Sanchez, a very similar story. They almost look identical in game. Pascal. This man, by the way, in my opinion, massively underrated baller. I'd love to see him shine and go to Dortmund, I believe he's linked to. To be fair, actually stay in the Prem. Stay in the Prem, because in FPL... that man was a fantastic pick for me last season. So stay in the Prem, my son. Reindeers, also in that A tier, as well as Johnston in the A tier. Once again, decent looking card. Obviously, upgrades a little bit ambitious, but nice playstyle pluses. Definitely usable for sure. And there he is. Big man, Okafor. I'm going to... you know what, actually? I gave him a run out on my RTG, the one actually the Evo. I'm going to sneak him into A+ Okafor. Because I think this man's got a little something in game. The finesse shot playstyle plus addition gets him there. Speed, he's got it. Finishing still not crazy nice. Dribbling not brilliant, but definitely an A+ in my opinion. Similar kind of vibes to Sesko actually, but Sesko definitely the better card. Also Illich into the A tier. For that, I'm pretty happy. Weston McKennie then, A+ all day. This man is a bit of a unit. A bit of a stocky box-to-box beast. Press proven is crazy nice for technical. Ping pass, like, he looks solid. Ivan Toney, my boy, A+. Really enjoyed the card, but just the lack of potential upgrades are definitely there. He's getting no involvements. Watkins is barely seeing the pitch, so it's highly unlikely Toney gets a run out anytime soon. As it stands though, for the price, A+, similar kind of ballpark to your Sesko, to be fair. I did really enjoy him though, so... maybe want to consider if you've got some cards, you need a decent Prem striker, check out the review on the channel. I think Toney is definitely decent, just a lack of upgrade potentials there. Mittelstadt also in the A+ tier. Similar to Kostis, just a little level above, I think. If you need that wing back, that box-to-box left mid, this man's a decent shout. Let's go for Posh next then. Let's get some SBCs out the window here. Posh, Mr. Versatile, is easily an A+ card for me. He could play as a wing back, a right back, a centre back. He could play anywhere. Have you seen the review? The man's scoring goals. He's outpacing everybody. Bossing it. Really, really nice versatile beast for the price, of course. Some upgrades are looking a little bleak, but you never know still. Similar to Dancer, I think he's a decent option for sure. Another centre-back I saw is Timmy Weah. Also in that A+ tier. Towards the top though. Timmy surprised me. He could play left back, right mid, right wing, box-to-box centre mid. The versatility is there. Playstyle pluses are decent. Definitely more suited to a box-to-box or a fullback. Probably more fullback in my opinion. But for the price, he's got a lot to offer. And I really enjoyed the card. I think he's in the A+ tier. And where is this other SBC I saw? There he is. Mickey van der Ven. Is also going to go in the A+ tier. I'm sticking towards the top because he's solid, but there's definitely better options out there, and he's not quite in the S tier category. With upgrades though, maybe potentially, but he feels a little bit too big, bulky and stocky for me. Even though the pace is good, he fits into that kind of category alongside your Danzos, your Fiates. Another SBC I've just spotted is Arda Güler, and you know what? Straight into the S tier. This man is mad. And I think he's one goal or assist away from another +1. Turkey are looking solid. Hopefully they progress. Anything's possible here. As long as we get an overall boost to 96, we are flying. But this man is, yeah, he's so good. He's like Odegaard, team of the season, leveled up a little bit. That's all I'm going to say. For the price tag as well, it's a steal. I think he's fantastic. Definitely S tier. Also in the S tier is going to be... I heard someone say this man is currently the player of the tournament. And I think they probably got a decent shout. Because Spain are kicking ass. This man is dominating. And he's linked to my boys Arsenal. S tier easily. Similar kind of mould to Garnacho, to Martinelli, to Rodrigo. Nico Williams. Crazy cracked in games. Speed demon. But with a lethal finish. Stanisic. Unfortunately, Croatia didn't secure the upgrades, and they did go out yesterday. But still, this card is decent, and I reckon he's definitely an A+ option. I get a lot of similar vibes to Posh here. Definitely usable. I think he can play centre-back. I'm pretty certain he can. But as a fullback, really, really nice option. Playstyle pluses suit that position as well. Like, he looks stacked in game. Definitely want to consider if you need a budget up. He's definitely budget now. He's dropped a lot in price. Option in that position. Also into the A+ tier is going to be the man Frankowski. I like speed in my right back position. This man, he ticks those boxes. Gives me similar vibes to a Klaus. I think he's really good. Obviously upgrades not happening. Poland eliminated, so 94 is where he stays. But not a bad shout. Also another Polishman, Jakub. A+ again. There's a lot of A+ cards here. Usually when we do these tier lists, it tends to be S tier dominant. But it doesn't quite live up to the hype, this promo, I think. They're always very solid, usable options, but for me, there's better out there. Jakub, I actually really did enjoy. You know what? I preferred him over Mickey van der Ven, which is saying something. Arsenal bias might be squeaking through there. But this man felt fast, lean, and dominant at the back. Can also play in that left back position with the decent dribbling, but definitely more suited to centre back for me. Also in that A+ tier is going to be João Neves. I feel like Portugal need to secure upgrades here for this man to really progress up the tier list. But for me, A+. Like, there's just something missing for me. It's similar, you know who he's similar to, in my opinion? Pedri in game. Pedri's phenomenal. That Path to Glory is flying right now. João Neves is a little bit of a nerfed version for me. And yeah, I can't put him any higher than A+. Højlund then. Finesse. He's got really nice playstyles. He honestly does. Medium high striking though. Like, why is his work rates medium high? Yeah, I swear that was the issue at the start of the game. They fixed it. Now he's back to medium high, but for me, he's still an S tier card easily. I think he's fantastic in game. Really physical, a lot more physical than you expect. He's a little bit stocky, but that kind of works this year. And this man's just a powerhouse. In on goal, he's going to bag the fight. He's going to find the back in there easy with the playstyle pluses and great stats. Upgrades. Possible. Denmark looking good to go through with England. At least to guaranteed in that third place position, I'm pretty certain, even if they don't win today. Correct me if I'm wrong there. So upgrade's probably going to happen. He needs to get goals and assists though. But still at this stage, S tier easy. Fratesi. Definitely a cheap budget beast here. I'm going to sneak him in A+ again. Like, the playstyle pluses are crazy nice. Italy progress. He's been featuring, but not necessarily setting the world on fire with his performances. But this man, even though looking at the stats, nothing crazy, he feels good in game. Very similar to João Neves, actually. And if you need a budget centre mid, Fratesi's a decent shout for sure. Mercado, I'm going to be putting you, my son, into the A tier. Like, not bad. Did not get on with your original promo card. I think it was like a European-based, maybe a Champions League-based card. Wasn't a massive fan of him at the time. Playstyle pluses aren't bad, but so many better options. All right, we're getting through it right now. We've got some bulk to get through, though. Let's smash out some obvious ones. Vert, straight into the S+. Phenomenal, phenomenal card. Playstyle pluses are crazy. Acrobatics a bit cheeky, though. Could have added something a bit more meta. But still, the card himself, he is meta. The definition of it. Also in the S+ tier is going to be Jeremy. One thing that kind of like set him down, in my opinion, was the lack of meta finishing. Finesse just adds that element. That he's going to score goals for you now. Speed, dribbling, mental. 97 rated. He's like one of the highest rated cards there. And yeah, he's now in that kind of like elite tier for me. Big Kanate up next. Aerial, anticipate, slide tackle, playstyle plus, link to France. He's S+ all day. Like, his tots was mental. This card, crazy. He's so big though. He is definitely a stocky geezer, but he can still move. And aerial plus, a great addition to this card. Link to France as well. He's not getting too many starts. Saliba, no surprise to me, is starting ahead of him, but still Fantastic card. Xavi Simons. I didn't notice him. That's another SBC that we've missed here. He is easily S tier for me. Easily. Easily. Like, should have had a goal. Unfortunately, not to against France. Netherlands should have got the W there. Disallowed a little bit. Up in the air, that shout. But right now, he's still fantastic. Box-to-box centre mid, plays a centre forward, a cam. So versatile. Crazy, crazy cracked in game. And upgrade potential is definitely there for the Netherlands. D. Catalera up next, the Belgian boy. Big, bulky powerhouse. A+ easily. Aerial threat's a nice option. Definitely more suited to a centre forward position. Can score goals. Can move on the ball for a big boy. Definitely could play as a box-to-box as well. It's an interesting one. Let me know if you've used him, how you get on. But for me, A+. Decent shout. Oh, the most obvious one. Tchouameni smack banging. Nah. Just for a second. Towards the top. You know what? Let's put him third in command here. Choo, my dream CDM. He has it all. He has everything you need. Absolutely fantastic card. I need him. EA, please hook me up. Dragusin fits into that kind of similar mould in the A+ tier. I'll put him towards the top here. Definitely prefer him over like a Van der Ven. I think he's decent in game. Aerial's a fantastic playstyle to have. Dead ball's a bit wasted though. Upgrade potential, possible, but as it stands right now, no higher than A+ for me. As well, joining the A+ tier is going to be Musa. We are stacked in the A+. Playstyle Plus is a pretty decent, and I did enjoy it. I think it was his future star objective card. Might have been part of the seasons. Upgrade potential is good, and I think he's going to feel a little bit cracked in game for sure if you want that quick, agile, box-to-box centre mid. Musa's shout. Jonathan David. I was a little disappointed when I saw his card, but we do have good playstyle pluses. Upgrade potential is decent. Don't know why I said potential twice there. And I do really like him in game. I'm going to sneak him into the S tier. I think as an out-and-out striker, this man will score goals for you, do exactly what you need him to do. Just could have been even better. That's my issue. I think the overall attribute boost on his other promo card, his team of the season, like, you need to juice him a little bit more attribute-wise, but still a great card. Nuno Mendes in the building. I didn't do the objective 4-foot champs, so I don't have this card. So I've not tried him out, so I feel bad rating him here purely by looking at the card and my other opinions on Nuno Mendes' other cards. The Evo I had the team of the season moments card. I reckon he's going to be an S tier one for sure. Like, a lot of people aren't going to have him. Upgrade potential definitely will be good here. He needs to get upgrades to progress a little bit higher, but I feel like he's going to be pretty crazy meta in game. He's going to feel dominant, and I reckon he could easily be an S tier card. Also in the S tier has to be our boy Jan Couto here. Unfortunately, didn't feature for Brazil, I believe, so he's plummeted a lot in price, but he gives me similar kind of vibes once again to Klaus, who is my current right back. Speed, overlapping, as well as defensive prowess is there. Playstyle Plus is a brilliant, minus flair is a bit of a letdown. If that was a jockey, we'd be flying, but still a really, really nice option. Maybe a little bit premium though. Maybe he'll drop down in price a little bit more. So Danny Carvajal is going to go into the S tier, towards the top. I think he's really nice in game. Reminds me a lot of Lucas Vazquez. Only 3 Playstyle Plus is a bit of a letdown, but still a really, really solid card. Price tag wise is respectable considering the lack of seriously meta right backs out there. For that reason, he's S. And let's end it off with a bang then. Darwizzy. Darwin Núñez. S+ all day. This man's opened my eyes. Like, my goal contribution with him is disgusting. I'll show it in my next review. Every single Playstyle Plus is brilliant. Looking at the attributes, not crazy. He's already got a goal. He's going to be unbelievable. He has potential to get every upgrade here as well, by the way. And just absolutely dominate. Trust me, if you don't think, well, you're not considered doing the card yet, you'll play against him and he'll dominate you. Brace yourselves. He's got that extra cheese in game. And he's just ruthless with the finesse shot, power shot combo. Press proven as well, underrated. And that's it. The Make Your Mark tier list is done. Not a lot of S pluses to be fair. But there's a good little section of S and S pluses. A+, A and Bs. Let me know what you think down below. I'd be more subscribed if you're new. Let me know the best Make Your Mark cards you've packed. I'll catch you guys later. Take it easy.